blueandgold.com recruiting insider Mike Singer, joined by our senior editor Lou Simoji. Another video breaking down Notre Dame's 25 most important players, a list by blueandgold.com staff members. And number 10 is Drew White, who ESPN just recently named Notre Dame's, most unheralded player, Lou?
Most unheralded star is, I think, how they refer to it. It's sounds like an oxymoron, but I thought they nailed it with him.
What's your expectations for him this year, Lou?
Well, I'd had zero expectations for him last season. 2 years ago in the spring, he had, I believe, a fractured ankle, which sidelined him. And all of a sudden in the 2018 Navy game, Drew Tranquill goes down and he's inserted because he's very good against the option and he makes 6 tackles. And it's like, who the heck is number 40? Where did he come from? And then you don't see him again. And then everything is wide open in the spring of 2019 for the linebacker position. You have about 10, 11 guys competing for those spots.
Yeah.
And, you're really eager to see the young bucks like Jack Lamb or Shane Simon, who are top 100 caliber recruits. Asmar Bilal is moving inside too, etc. And then after 2 practices, there's spring break, and Drew White goes snow skiing and breaks his AC joint there. And deep down, I'm thinking, boy, that's an opportunity really lost. I think he's probably going to be on the scrap heap as far as, he misses all of spring practice. Losing all those reps is just going to really probably end his career as far as football-wise and having an impact. Man, the first week of fall camp, he was ensconced at that Mike linebacker position, and he never relinquished it. And I look at the 10-year Brian Kelly era, and I put him among the top 3 or 5 among the top surprises. As far as coming out of nowhere.
Sure.
And having the impact that he did. And I think this year he can raise that to another level.
Yeah, no, Lou, when we talk about to be a most important player, if we took you off the team, then what does it look like? If you take White off the Notre Dame team, what does that linebacker room look like?
Well, you have Bo Bauer behind him, who's also, he was the special teams player of the year last year, good hitter. You wonder if Bo Bauer proves to be the 3rd best linebacker in training camp, maybe you can even slide Drew White over to the buck position, which is, in my opinion, along with running back, the most wide open position for starting. So there's a lot that he can provide there. You've got plenty of numbers at the linebacker position. That's one of the reasons why they didn't sign one this past recruiting cycle. Now it's just a matter of fitting the pieces in. And last year at this time, it was even of greater concern because you lost 2 mainstays there with Drew Tranquill and Tavon Coney, and you didn't know necessarily how Asmar Bilal was going to adjust to the buck position after moving from Rover. And Clark Lee did an outstanding job with that crew. Drew White, again, established himself as the starter in all 13 games there. Asmar went, I think, far beyond anyone's expectations. And then Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, as a first-time starter his junior year, you just said, holy smokes, this is a talent. And now he's rated the 17th best draft-eligible player next April by Todd McShay. So this year's linebacking core, I think, should be even stronger.
Yeah, that's why when people question linebacker recruiting at Notre Dame, I'm like, this is Clark Lee we're talking about here. He pretty much does a fantastic job with that unit.